I am Geoffrey in World of Tanks. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel, and thank you even more for exceeding 3,000 subscribers. That happened a couple of months ago. I forgot to thank everyone, so thank you all so much. I will do today a video clip about losing streaks in World of Tanks. This game's complained a couple of days ago. He had 12 battles, he lost all of them, and he felt that there was nothing he could do about it. So I'm going to say what I think about it, and I will start straight away. Here's my result. I had 6 defeats at this point, 7 defeats. I expect 50% win rate, but it was like 7 defeats in a day, and I stopped playing. So I will tell you straight away my theory. So the game engine code has been written over 10 years. It has been optimized, for example, to make new players join, to give rewards for spending money at the wargaming shop, perhaps to increase income through more battles per hour, i.e. faster battles, and so on. And all the million lines of codes written by possibly thousands of different coders involving all kinds of randomizations depending on daily circumstances is totally opaque and obscure, but is kept as long as the desired result is obtained, that is, greater income. What that means is that on certain days, possibly because of a different player base, such as on holidays, weekends, or when Time 5 boosters are active, the matchmaker, RNG, and other randomizations will be randomized potentially differently. That is my opinion. In my opinion, one factor that causes weirdness, such as landslide defeats or losing streaks. So this is the first battle I'm going to show you. Basically, one tank, the BDR, did all the fighting. It caused like 0.5% of the damage of our team was caused by that one tank, which is incredible because in theory, everybody should have a mouse, and everybody, has a tank and a gun and so on. And so 12% of the population base, so this is the other thing, the population, the player base, the change in player base in itself, not just the code being randomized differently on different days because of the player base, but the player base in itself is a factor. And what I was going to say was that about 12% of the population, based on their IQ, 100 years ago would be medically classified as either idiots, imbeciles, or morons. 12%, that's, 1 out of, 15 people or so. And later, the terms became derogatory, so they were classified, the same people were classified as mentally impaired in about some 1970s. And today, they're being reclassified as intellectually impaired, these sort of people. Yeah, so 12% of players on your team, about 1 in 15 or so, are not intellectuals. Okay, then on weekends, holidays, and so on, the player base doubles almost because of children not being on daycare or in school. In addition, they are handicapped, who are stuck at home with nothing to do, and maybe on weekends they maybe have a little bit more time, or in the mornings. And remember, when I had broken my hands in an accident, and I was holding the mouse with my teeth, I was playing the game. And there are those who would not even have teeth and so on. And so I'll continue with this thread just in a minute. I'm going to say what's going on here. And so because it looked like our team was winning, at one point we were winning by 3 tanks, and the BDR was doing all the work, and I was at the back. So I thought, let's go and help the BDR, because he was stuck in the middle when he was calling for help. And we're still winning 10-9. So you think, we got this, I probably got this, but let's see what happens. Okay, totally unpredictably, there's a Panzer III-4 stuck at the back all game. He hasn't been moving at all or doing anything. He is eating pizza, texting his friends, he's just joining this game and trying to work out the controls, how to use the mouse or whatever. Who knows? But he hasn't been doing anything all day. Now I spotted this guy, I shoot on the move, I miss. So here is, okay, you have a chance to miss, but could have hit and taken him out. Now he shot me and spotted me, and I had to rush him, and now because I rushed him, now I've exposed myself, and look what's going to happen. There's a whole lot of unspotted tanks in the end. So people don't run equipment, we have light tanks, they're like half the team was light tanks. The guys at the back, are not being spotted. We have a guy in the back, he's not spotting anyone, and I'm dead. I have a tank without vision, and so, that's over. And the guy who's at the back, I'm going to speed up the game a little bit. The guy who's at the back is still not moving. We have like 4 minutes to go, he's not moving. 3 minutes to go, he's not moving. He's stuck there. He's in a top tier tank. And how can you win? This is is so even, and he's not moving. And now with 1 minute to go, he starts moving, and it's too late now. Yeah, it's too late, mate. I think he got one shot in. So in addition to all those like me that had like physically handicapped, there are also those recovering from a stroke and are stuck at home with nothing better to do than play computer games, or they're stuck at a hospital or whatever, they don't have a mouse pad, they're using their keypad. And so you would expect some very disparate teams with disparate win rates and people acting randomly. But on certain stretches of days, all that randomness will lead with not just chaos, but what is called systemic collapse. Yeah, so that is, however good a player one might be, would just feel like he was helpless on those days. Yeah, it would be like such total randomness. It would be almost anti-random what's going on. You know, the worst possible decisions are being made by your teammates, and some of the teammates perhaps are new players who can only afford 50% crews because they only have like 100 battles, and they can have no equipment, no consumables, maybe trying to play on a laptop with a 15% frames per second and a bad line connection or whatever, and using a touchpad rather than a mouse and so on. So this game said a couple of days ago he had this losing streak of 12 battles and there was nothing he could do to save games. A couple of days ago was Ascension Day, and this is where we're at now. It is a holiday in most of Europe, and the kids are stuck at home. Lots of people were playing, but you know, many more than normal, but the games were utterly unpredictable because of the player base and possibly the way the code works. And when they're unpredictable or anti-predictable, you expect to do, you know, one thing to happen and the opposite thing happens. Like, look here, like about 10 players are going to the left and one guy's going to spot. It's a medium tank. And so 12 guys are coming to shoot after this guy spots, yeah? And that means we're leaving the right side, you know, so totally hopeless, is going to collapse, and everybody's coming here because this guy's going spotting. Is he going to spot anyone? He spotted one tank, so 10 of us can shoot this one tank, basically. This is it. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's like anti-random things happening. You know, there's one guy going here, and he's probably stuck behind a rock or something, so he can't spot. So we thought he was going to spot, but he's stuck behind a rock or down in a ditch or something. He's not spotting. Or something weird is happening. Okay, he spotted another tank. Okay, I mean, he is trying to spot. Okay, but very often this one guy may suddenly leave. You know, there are 10 of us on this side. Suddenly he may leave and go somewhere else, and leave the 10 of us just hanging out like high and dry. And so I had a streak of 7 defeats before I start playing on this day, and this is the second video clip. I'm going to show you those 7 defeats. So these factors I'm talking about do not affect any particular player. You know, it's not that it will affect me or affect someone else. They affect everyone at random, but there is a higher chance than usual that you have a streak of 7 defeats, because normally it would happen because you can control the game, especially if you're a good player. But on these days you cannot, so you're down to chance you can have 3 defeats in a row, 4 defeats, 7 defeats, 10 defeats. There's a chance for that, and on these days, this is when it's going to happen. Basically, that's what it is. And so here you see the 10 of us, and we have like one target. The 10 of us, we're all shooting this one target. And not only that, but I'm spotted here at the back, so everybody's being spotted. If I'm spotted here, then everybody's being spotted. So our guy is not spotting everyone, and someone on their side is spotting each one of us. And on the other side, you'll see already the defense there had collapsed. There were like 4 heavy tanks, they're all dead. There's another heavy tank on our side. And now, because the guy was spotting wasn't doing his job and everybody was getting spotted, everybody rushed this side. But what this means now, there's like 10 tanks coming to our base, and nobody is going to defend the base. Yeah, it's like totally the opposite things of what you expect to happen. And we have the 2 top tier tanks. It's like +2 matchmaking on bottom tier. The 2 top tier TDs are actually on the red line, and they cannot see anybody, they cannot shoot anyone. And I was going to spot, I was going to the base to spot from the base, but it was too late, so I kind of made a U-turn, an awkward U-turn. And I was looking for a bush, but I couldn't find a bush anywhere here. So I'm kind of stuck in the open. And I'm spotting in the open. I have camo, so this guy can't spot me. But He's gonna spot me now. Nobody was shooting, so I had to shoot at him. Because everybody was stuck on the red line or is rushing the left side of the map. Okay, I'm being just slaughtered here. And I can't even see anything. And I'm moving so I don't get shot, but obviously I can't spot when I'm moving. I had binocs, but you know, not engaging. So that's the end, and you know, the two top tier tanks are sat on the red line. Are they going to move? I don't think so. You expect one of them to go and reset. At least one. You know, none of them moved an inch. Yeah, they killed someone, but it wasn't the guy who was capping, so basically lost this one. And the other guys on the left, they keep on their charge. You know, they don't care at all the fact that we're being capped. So it's not just that the battles are chaotic; they're anti-chaotic. You expect one thing, the opposite happens. And then if you're bottom tier, and somehow you know you have a chance to be bottom tier most of the time, you cannot control anything because it's you expect something to happen and the opposite thing happens. You expect someone to help you to decap or shoot when you're spotting, and nobody does. And so here's another extreme example. Decided to play an SPG. Thought maybe, let's play an SPG, go to the lower tier, play an SPG, see what happens. At least I'll get to shoot somebody in an SPG. Yeah? I'll get to do something in an SPG. There's that. And so I'm going to move to a stone somewhere a little bit further forward, not right on the red line, because this SPG does not have a very good range. It's a relatively short range, so I won't be able to shoot. I won't be able to shoot halfway through the map if I sat on the red line in this SPG, which is actually what the bishop is doing. That's even shorter firing range than I have. So here's again the problem. So he should be moving forward as well, but he's not. He's sitting on the red line. I'm sure he can't shoot at anybody past the middle of the map if he stays there. And so he's expecting defeat already, but he definitely can't shoot anyone. And look, our light tank, the A20, is YOLOing in. Instead of being cautious, he's doing the exact opposite. Yeah, and he's YOLOing in out in the open. He's not going to some kind of protected place. Now the enemy MX is also YOLOing, but at least he's taking the ridge line and he's being protected from being shot. We have nobody who can shoot at him. You can see him on the left side of the map. On the, in the A line, one line. And he's, now the Leopard, we have two lights. So the Leopard has noticed him. But in the meantime, I'm trying to shoot at this guy who was sitting stationary all the time. The moment I was ready to shoot, he moved. And of course, our light tank has been killed. Yeah, as I predicted. So he YOLO'd the enemy base with 10 tanks there, and of course he was going to die. And the Su-85 is moving forward, and next to the Su-85 I'm the most forward tank, well, maybe the third most forward tank. I'm fairly forward, more forward than half the team, and I'm already spotted by the light tank. We're 1.5 minutes into the battle, I'm in an SPG close to the red line, and I'm already being spotted, and so, this battle is over. If this thing, if the enemy team is so aggressive and our team just sits and watches, and the bishop can probably not even shoot from where he is, then basically it's over. Now, couple of guys are pushing near the sea, but we've definitely lost this side. I tried to kind of shoot over there. RNG, said, whatever, whatever. RNG was not on my side, and my shot landed in the dirt. And we're already losing 0-6. And what can I do? How can I save this game from here and being spotted? I can't even, next to the rock, this massive, huge rock, and whichever way I try to move, I'm being spotted. I have no line of fire anywhere. There's nothing I can do. I'm probably the best player in the team. I'm totally stuck. I'm trying to shoot this guy, but he's gone behind the building. I have no options, I'm totally stuck. And the AMX is probably, trying to get a shot at me. And there's nobody guarding that side. If there was anybody, they're dead. Basically, we're down to, what is it like? We're losing 1-8. We're down to 6 tanks now. I'm one of them. The bishop is another one. That shot missed. RNG said bye-bye. Okay, you're dead. Totally hopeless. You know, what would you have done? I mean, what's there? I mean, you know, the other thing, this game, this video, they said, oh, it's because of SPGs. SPGs have a incredible result in battles or whatever. If you look at the rankings of SPGs, you know, the best 260 tanks are not SPGs. The ones that can affect battles, the ones that have the highest win rates, not a single one of them is an SPG. Yeah, 260 top tanks out of 660 tanks in the game. The best tanks that have win rates above 50% on average, none of them is an SPG. So SPGs are, and that's the best possible SPG is in position like 267. So here are the team constitutions. So the worst player in our team, the one that first, was 45% win rate. Another guy had 42.8% win rate. It's not just our team, you know, it's like throughout, you know, I'm not saying our team was worse. So this is the third guy who did next to nothing, 48, 49%. There's the fourth guy, the fourth, you know, with the lowest XP, yeah, 49.51. Is that the same guy or a different one? Did I click on the same guy again? I'm not sure. Let's go to the next one. This guy was pretty good, 51.6%, but he wasn't one of the best scorers, even though he was a good player. This one is amazing, 57.8. But again, he was in the bottom half of our team in terms of XP, what you got in the end, so he managed to do nothing. Amazing as it sounds. And this guy, 46.88, this guy, 46.36. They actually did better than the 57% guy. You know, however that works, because it's chaos. This guy had 137 battles, so no equipment, no consumables, 50% crews, everything, you know? This guy had 39,000 battles, but only 47% win rate. Oh, come on, I feel sorry for him. Okay. And you can imagine with such disparity in the player base, you get all kinds of results. This guy had 3,000 battles. I mean, it's okay, but it's not great. 52,000 battles, 53 almost. Sorry, 53% with 5,000 battles. That's pretty good. That's very good. Wow, okay. Don't know what explains that. And then this guy had 50% win rate, 51. This seems decent. This another guy, 43.7% win rate. And now I think now I've switched over to, I'm looking now at the enemy team, I think at this point. This guy, 45.9%, really not very good. 47.9%, 2,000 battles only. So probably again has no consumables, no equipment, 50% crew. 44.6 with 94,000 battles. How do you manage that? Give up playing. I mean, what? 51.97. Now I think we're near the top of the enemy team, and you see they have some. No, not this one. 43. Not quite a record, but 200 battles again. I mean, can you see the disparity? 900 battles, this guy. I mean, there are guys who have like 90,000 battles, there are guys who have like 100 battles. There are guys with 55, 57% win rate, there are guys with 42% win rate. This guy was a unicorn, had 88,000 battles, 48.9. So I think at this point, these guys here are the best performing players in their team. So our best performing players died relatively early, didn't do very much. Their best performing players that actually were in the upper half of their team. Also some bad players. Like this guy did really well in the enemy team with 700 battles, 47% win rate. And there was another guy with 55% win rate, didn't do as well. So it's very chaotic. So here, this is the second best player, I think, in terms of how well he did in the team. And he is the best performing player in the enemy team. So both of them had win rates above 52%. So overall, I think their better players in their team did better, and the better players in our team did very poorly. And so that's part of this kind of chaotic thing. You cannot control games because they're so fast and they're so weird, and people do such totally unpredictable things. And so because in last previous battles I played sort of camping tanks, and my team rushed in both cases, or the enemy team rushed, I decided this time I'll play this super heavy KV-220, and I'll try to spearhead in the attack. I'll go in the vanguard, and hopefully people will not rush so much that they will stay behind me, and then they'll be able to back me up. Everybody will be shooting me, and everybody will be behind me, supporting me, hopefully from some distance away so they don't get spotted. So I'm going like hell for leather. I'm going to be the vanguard of our attack. I want to proxy spawn the enemy team, however many there on the side. 6-7 tanks usually come on the side, and then I'm hoping everybody will stay at the back and just shoot at anyone who dares to peek out. You know, that was my plan. Let's see what happens. That's why I am saying the anti-expected thing happens when you have these losing streaks and you have no control. You expect one thing, which seems like the reasonable thing to happen. You know, you say, oh, now I'll do this. I'll pick up this time and do this thing. And then the exact opposite thing happens. Now, there are these tier 4 tanks that are bottom tier, and I'm impenetrable on top tier. They will not wait behind me. They actually want to go in first. They want to get all the kills, whatever they're trying to do. I don't know what they're trying to do. Maybe they want to take the hill. Maybe. Let's see. But no, they're not going to take the hill. This guy rides right through open ground. This guy rides through open ground. They're not going to the hill. They're just YOLOing the enemy base. The enemy team or something. They will not wait for me. Yeah? Bounce. Okay, I mean, that was just a totally lucky shot, even though it hit. And I'm not going to the front to kill anybody. You know, I'm basically going to the front to be the shield of my team. Yeah, I don't care about, you know, I'm top tier in the KV-220, so I'm basically impenetrable, you know. And so I'm hoping everybody will kind of hang behind me and shoot from a distance. But no, look at this guy. He's not. Hey, oh, please get out of the way, please. Just stay back. You have no armor. Go back. And can you imagine the win rates these people have? Okay, so now I've started spotting the enemy team. So now, guys, you can shoot. Yeah, I'm spotting like everybody. And this AMX-40 was so hard to pan. I can't believe I keep bouncing. Because he has slippery armor, but even though I'm shooting on the side, okay, here then. Okay, and they can't really pan me, but I'm thinking, why aren't you people shooting? And you know, I don't know what they're doing. They're either missing. I think like they're retreating, they're afraid, they're thinking, oh my god, they have like, the entire enemy team is here. Oh, I'm so scared, I'll go away. And they're not shooting or something, they're hiding. Rather than hiding behind the rock, you see those two light tanks? Rather than hiding behind the rock, you could have sat in the back. You couldn't be spotted at the back. You have like, okay, this guy is a unicorn. This Matilda. So they're trying to, he's either shooting my turret, or he's trying to track me, and somebody tracked me. I'm trying to track this guy. He's already probably tracked this guy, but this is how the guy behind him is pushing him. Okay, that's the end. And basically, how much assist I got? I got 200 assists. It's a total joke. You know, I should have gotten like 1,500 assists here if everybody, if people knew what they were doing, you know, quite clearly. They didn't. And now, good luck, team. 200 assists. You know, I proxy spotted like 7, 8 enemy tanks. 200 assists. Oh my god. You know, you see what's, you know, it's totally hopeless. You know, whatever you do, you do the wrong thing. Whatever you do in those losing streaks, you're doing the wrong thing. You have no chance of winning. And it's not, you know, it's nothing malicious. It's not like, you know, something that it's done on purpose or anything. It's just that, you know, there is the odd chance this would happen, and this would happen when both randomization works in a weird way, because lots of weird people are playing with low win rates, whatever, no equipment, whatever, so randomization works in a different way. And then the players themselves, you know, like, doing the weirdest things. They're anti-random. Maybe some of them have missions, maybe some of them whatever. They don't know how to connect their mouse, or they don't have a mouse. The mouse is around a battery or whatever. You know, some of them maybe kids that play on, you know, trying to play on I don't know what, on their iPhone or something, you know, whatever. And so this is the result. And this guy had parked sideways both ways, so he's as slow as the other guy. The other guy overtook him. Instead of pulling back, he just turned sideways so he could be shot on the side from both sides. And you know some of the players are not very good. You can see it, you know, even early in the game. But you're thinking, okay, if I'm going to go ahead and be the shield, even however bad they are, you know, at least they have a chance. You know, they're going to shoot. But you know, I got 200 assist. Okay, this guy seems to have some markings and maybe like a decent guy, but he's stuck behind a rock. Of course, he's in a Matilda, but look what the other Matilda did. I mean, the other Matilda was very aggressive. This guy is just stuck here behind a rock on the red line, and he's not contributing at all to the fighting. Compared to the other Matilda, who kept tracking me, for example, and was shooting my turret because he knew what he was doing. Some other guys being slaughtered there. Okay, so it's hopeless. We're gonna see what the team looked like in the end. We're gonna go through the team rankings like I did before. Look at all the players and see what sort of players are playing. Oh, this guy shotgunned the enemy tank. That was he's an SPG. This is an SPG. Shotgunned him, and now he's sitting there. Even though he's been spotted, and the enemy also has an SPG. He's sitting there, and the enemy SPG is not shooting. You can see the skill of the players in these teams when you're playing. Probably the enemy SPG is like whatever, I don't know. It has such a bad crew. It's taking like a minute to reload or something. And here, this is a star. This guy is in a headset with no camo. I think that's the first. So this guy cannot even afford camo, you know. He's such a, you know, he's like no gold at all. You can imagine what sort of people you have in the team. He is in an SPG and a headset even, where, you know, camo is everything. And he doesn't have camo, so kind of clear. And this guy is going to get rushed. Okay, he's getting rushed. I mean, it's about to happen. Shot in the back. And now if Klaus Kerlman is right, the dollars per minute algorithm is going to kick in. Let's see. Okay, managed to shoot him once. Okay, managed to push some shots, but yeah, the heads are missed. Here we go. And the T-28 turns around. Now the heads are hit for 20 HP, and he turns around and shoots the headset for something like 200 HP. So he caused like 10 times as much damage to the headset than the headset did at him, even though he has no armor, and the headset should be able to pan him and like one shoot him or something. You know, it's just crazy. And so probably Klaus Kellerman is up to something when he talks about dollars per minute algorithm, even if it's not exactly what he's saying. There's probably something like that, something similar. So let's have a look at the teams. Let's look at the players and see the skill. This guy, the worst performing player in our team, 52% win rate. Wow. 50.6% win rate. This is what the two bottom players in our team. This guy had 750 battles. Third player, 51.18%, but wow. So our four best players did the least in the team. Like they were at the bottom, I suppose. This guy 48% win rate, 42.8. This is probably today's record. The headset? Was that the headset? This is the headset. Or was that the headset? No, the 40.8% win rate was the headset. Right. Oh dear. Okay, that explains it. Okay. Okay, 47 with a couple thousand battles. 30,000 battles, 45% win rate. Come on, mate. Come on. This guy, 45, 51.9% win rate. Look at the difference. This guy, 42 point. It is even worse than that. 2,000 battles. Oh my god. And now, let's go to the enemy team. So you see our best performing players, one of them had like 43% win rate or something. He was the best performing player. What on earth? And so this is the enemy team now. 45, 46% win rate. This guy 47% win rate. So they have some bad players, but right at the bottom, 46% win rate. Where are their good players? 48% win rate. Where are the good players? Didn't they have any? 48%. Oh, it's the same. 79,000 battles. Wow. 45% win rate with 42,000 battles. Wow. 43. How did this team win? I mean, they don't have anybody with more than 45% win rate or something. How did they win? 45.8% win rate. It's like all the players are like 45% or less. 49. Oh, this is a unicorn. 47%. 92. What an awful team. 48.1. How did this team win? Okay, they had one guy at 50 points. I mean, he did well. And 53.7. Okay, so the only players that had more than 50% win rate were in the top 3 or something. Wow. Okay, whereas all our best players were in the bottom 5 or whatever. So, but look at the disparity. I mean, like the majority of the players were 45% win rate or lower, and they still won. This is totally unpredictable what is going to happen. So I'm going to show you now. So here, 7 out of 7 defeats. So at this point, I stopped playing. Okay. This is the result again. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. You know, I expect a little bit better than that. Okay. I expect at least 50-50. But it's, you know, if it's going to happen on a day, it's going to happen on a day like this, where you have lots of people playing, and the algorithm works in a kind of unusual way. But you know, it works out because whatever. More income. So they leave it like that on those days when we have this sort of player base. And then the player base, does weird things, like does the anti-expected things, like does the weirdest possible things. So totally awful stats this day. I couldn't just do anything. I couldn't help in any way. So a couple of days ago, I had a similar situation. And this was one of the wins, a rare win. This was when we have the ×5 XP boosters, or bonuses rather. And like earlier in May, we're celebrating the 10-year anniversary of World of Tanks, and we had this ×5 XP event, and again, greater than usual numbers of people were playing, and again there was this kind of chaos. And this month I had an absolute total it's a frustrating month because, so many days you have like no control over what's going on. There's like a sweet spot if you play around 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening. I guess all the kids start going home or something. The more dedicated people start joining in or something like that. It's like a sweet spot around that time. And then after that, very late at night, the very, very dedicated kind of people who want to boost their stats are playing. And then what I get very often is I may have like 2,000 HP, might have caused 2,000 HP damage to the enemy team and have no kills because they're all waiting and only shooting or rushing tanks that are low on HP to boost their stats. And then I may have like 1,500 HP damage, 2,000 HP damage, 2,500. I may have 1 kill maybe, and I may have like in terms of kills like 0.5 kill per battle with stats like that. This happens usually very late at night. Everyone wants to get kills, and then it's also weird very late at night. It's only around sort of about 7, 8, 9 o'clock, about 8 to 9 o'clock German time. I'm in Germany. That you get some decent battles, and that guy committed suicide. Probably his mouse ran out of a battery or something. Do you realize what's going on these days? I mean, it's just total random chaos. Anyway, I'll speed up because there's nothing happening at this point. We spotted 2 enemy tanks. I'm trying to blind shoot this guy. I think I blind shot him once. Only once. Now, I'm going to switch over to this guy. It's going to be a very hairy battle. Very close. I don't know how I got him there, I was lucky. But in any case, this was one of the few battles I won on that day, and so I saved it, because I was going to do this video then, but then, you know, I didn't, and then this game's, oh, that was a nice blind shot. Got off, okay, good. Then this game's released his video about his losing streak, and then I thought, okay, I'm gonna make this video, but then I had my own losing streak. It was a good losing streak, it wasn't like a few victories, it was like no victories. But this is, you know, this is from that previous time where I had some victories. Okay. And here, in this battle, our teammates are not doing anything like totally close. They're still rushing, but they, you know, the enemy team is also doing some stupid stuff, and stupidity is distributed equally. Stupid, ineptness, or whatever, noobiness, or whatever. I shouldn't call my teammates stupid. Only 12% are intellectually challenged. The rest are intellectuals. Apparently, if you've gone to college, you're automatically an intellectual. You can't have gone to college and be intellectually challenged. So there. So I'm going to be further forward because I'm thinking that I was too far away. I was playing too cautiously. This is a mistake. I'm trying to track him. Did I track him? I don't think so. It just bounce. And can I shoot this guy? RNG says no. There was a chance, but I think there's a better chance to shoot him rather than miss him. Got off. And we're even 8-8. So that was, you know, one of those days I said that it wasn't going so well either. So I have to relocate because it looks like we're being rushed from the one line from the left, and I want to be in a better position to support my team. So I want to go more or less where the Wolverine is. It's a good spot there for TDs. And the M8 is also in a good spot, but I don't have enough time to get there. The M8 probably has the best spot on this side, but it takes too long to go to that spot. If, you know, if you're playing a little bit less passively than the M8 is playing. Okay. Oh wow, this guy has no health. Oh, doesn't sound too good. How did he lose all his health fighting from so far back? And there was a KV1 who went on this side. He was clearly not a good player. He died like straight away. You can see he's like lying dead. He like died in the beginning of the battle. There. You could tell these people would die. You know, you know some players are not good and they're going to die. But sometimes someone sitting passively at the back like the M8 is doing, you think, can I trust him? Is he maybe a good player? Should I trust in this guy, or is he, you know, like running 50% crew with no consumables, no nothing? And it has 200 battles or something. And is this why he's playing so cautiously? Okay, sorry mate. Could have moved a little bit further back to make some room for me. Some people do this, some people don't. You expect some people to do it. Some people do it. This guy won't peek. What was scaring me at this point wasn't just that the Churchill or the Exchequer was inside. They also have this Panzer 5-4, which is a very OP tank. And the M10 thinks I have full health. I'll go. Okay, this guy thinks the same. This guy doesn't have full health. Okay, so they're going to YOLO the Excelsior. and the Panzer V-4 is talking them somewhere, expect maybe on the top of the hill. Okay, didn't YOLO, it's okay. All cool. Oh, this guy committed suicide. The A20, whatever it was, the guy who beat the light time, that was YOLOing there. Sign of the map. So we're even, it's winnable since I also have full HP. And unfortunately I don't have a shot at this guy. He's gonna kill our SPG. That's okay. SPGs are no real tanks, and you know, at this point maybe they can contribute all that much. Okay, here we are. I wonder where the oh wow, everyone's here. I wonder where the Panzer V is. Oh, this moved on. Just as I was saying. He is a very mobile. It's also a sign that he's a good player. Will the Excelsior peak? He's gonna stay behind the rock? What's he gonna do? Pre-aiming, hopefully. Oh no, the Wolverine is committing suicide. Ah, thank you, sir. Okay, not the best player. Not the best player? Oh, come on. He moved. Missed. Can I pin him? No one here. Where I was aiming. Missed. And look what's going to happen. This is my unlucky moment. The Panzer V-4 appears just at the wrong moment, just behind me. I mean, what are the chances of this? I mean, he moved all the way around. Oh, come on. Oh, it's like taking out all my hit points. Like half hit points. Goodness. Can someone shoot him? M8? Can I trust you, mate? M8? Okay, one more shot and I got him. Oh, I'm gonna one-shot myself. That's very, very hairy. And looks like we're losing. M8. Luckily, it bounced. Okay, that's it. Good. Got it. He made a mistake. He didn't expect I would reload so quickly, basically. That's what it was. This is a good tank. He reloads very fast. He didn't expect that. Oh, I was spotted. Yes. Back away. Oh, he's backing away. We're both backing away. We're both one shot. There they are. Maybe the M8 has a clear view of him now. Does the M8? Can the M8 shoot him? Ah, yes. Okay, and we've got this in the bag. 14-13. We're like losing 11-13. We're now 14-13. This is in the bag. So that was a victory, but a very hairy one. But I thought I'll end on a positive note. And so, yeah, I mean, recapping the two things that are happening is basically some sort of weird sort of form of chaos or anti-randomness or something. Because probably, but by the way the algorithm works and by the player base on these days when you get losing streaks, and there's just a chance that in these periods over those few days you're gonna have your losing streak yourself. If you ever have one, it's gonna be in those days. Okay, so a good result overall. I got high caliber, Top Gun, various other things, duelists and so on. It worked out for me. And didn't work out for the enemy team. I played cautiously in this battle, which is usually what I try to do. But on the days with losing streaks, the enemy is so... Now, Firepower Effect was Bruiser. Yeah, okay, Top Gun and high caliber. So, and did well with on XP. So these days, usually what happens is, if you play cautiously, battles are so fast, it doesn't help. But in this particular case, battle wasn't over fast and it helped. So, I hope you liked my rundown of what I think is going on. Final stage completed. I also completed the 50th stage of chapter 1 with this battle. Hope you had fun. Hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching.